even tied them, it would have left a mathematical possibility for Astralis to make it through. Now, that's not enough for MiBR. They need to leave this tournament with a win. Going 0-5 here for them is unacceptable in my opinion. And FaZe, they looked pretty good. I thought they were going to get into the final. I really thought they were on for it, but it's just been one of those tournaments where best of ones, you've got top teams, anything can happen.
Well, we're off. I'm interested to see what kind of level of play we're going to see at this point. coldzera, he'll be demonstrating some skill. And will be fallen as well, but overall it still is an equal situation. It's going to be FaZe inside the site, planting the bomb, and we'll find ourselves with a retake here. Fallen does have a kit and the smoke available. Let's see if they can get it done.
Get it done, hun. Cook me up another bun. Bomb already planted. Olaf's going to try and swing out, see what he can get toward heaven. It's not going to matter if Fallen is that close. Stewie 2K, who was solid at the end of the last game.
Yeah.
Is looking to try and do the same, but Fur's got Nico. So Stewie, he did his job. Fur does his. Fallen got 2. Diffuse comes through. The last 3 remaining players with all of the kills for MiBR. And bomb has been defused.
MiBR looking for their first win as well. Let's just talk about that for a second. So coming into this tournament, I wouldn't say they were favorites, but definitely always going to be dangerous. Does this beg a question at this point in the future of MiBR? Does this such destructive performance that it might actually make them think a little bit as to what's going wrong here? I'm not really sure. FaZe are in a similar situation.
I think FaZe are going to be fine. I'm going to say it. I've got this weird feeling that they're about to have a resurgence. Guardian's looking better. Olaf's having some impact.
What about Carrigan, though?
Yeah, I think that's where that's the toughest job. Look, I'm going to talk over this round if you want to ask me a question.
Go on.
So Carrigan has the toughest position. I said this on the desk of any in-game leader, and that not only does he have to come up with good strategy, but he has to balance some big egos and some star players. So that's all fine when things are going well and everyone's saying, hey, winning's the priority. I can work around you because it's going that direction. Everything's as planned. As soon as they start to lose, the problem is when you have players on a team that can dictate the flow of a game, they're going to start being stubborn. They're going to start taking battles. And that's where Carrigan, he either has to adapt to allow that to happen or rein them in. And the problem is, and I know this happened in Astralis when things weren't going well with him toward the end, he wanted to play his philosophy and his philosophy only. Now, that's not to say he wasn't willing to work with his teammates. The problem is they didn't want to give him the respect to listen. They have to at least respect Carrigan and say, you're the in-game leader, and at least understand the mentality he brings to the team. So there has to be an agreement sort of mutually within the team. It is going to be the test and the challenge, but I have this feeling it's going to work out. I just think that they're finally getting a little bit of form again. That said, on the MiBR side, to answer your question, we knew that the major might have been the final test for this team, and if it was going to last, I don't know what to expect, especially at an 0-5 tournament. Yeah,
it's so weird. Like, it's a brutal format, lots of best of ones, and the fact that he's haven't got a single win, for me, is alarming. But either way, we'll continue casting this one, of course. It will be MiBR with the bonus sort of situation here. It's the first 2 rounds going in their favor, of course, but this does allow FaZe to buy up here with the bomb going down on the pistol. They're going to have a Krieg in the hands of Carrigan. Guardian on the AWP, double nades towards Boost. Actually a very effective couple of grenades there. It's going to do 50 damage to Guardian and Carrigan, so almost 100 there delivered, so very valuable grenades thrown. And that's perfect, considering they've got SMGs on enough from Asir as well. Stu opens things up. He actually gets aggressive towards A main, but mid-control comes for FaZe here. They're going to actually see if they can probe towards the A side, but it looks things.
Fallen trying to get backside vents. He'll get boosted, and the fact that he gets boosted late actually means... Okay, excuse me, it's cold that went up. I thought it was Fallen that was going to go. The fact that he gets boosted late means he could have swung toward mid. He could have made that work. He's a little late. They've already got highway. Fur was looking that direction, but gets absolutely obliterated by Olaf. And Rain destroys Tarek. That's not bad. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza.
Wow, it's pretty massive at this point for MiBR. As it's going to be coldzera with just the MP9. It was to be expected. They're going to buy up rifles in the next round. This, like I said, is a sort of bonus round these days. Like, you're going to try and win with the SMGs, but it's unlikely you do against a fully equipped FaZe, and you will pay the price in round number 3. The new patch is designed to take the weight away from the pistol. You can see it does balance out quite nicely most of the time like this, but...
Yeah, there's still... Yeah, I expected to see more playfulness. Creativeness, I think, is the word.
Yes.
With that money system.
But... Fallen can't afford the AWP, but looks things. He'll have just shy of 4750, so he'll go on the rifle. It's actually Tarek who brings out the scout, bit of a favorite weapon of his, definitely proficient with it. Let's see whether he can cause impact here, but Guardian, he'll have the AWPs. 2-1, we're into round number 4 here. Krieg still out and about. The smoke's been deployed to allow the boost to come forth, and We'll see who frags first. It will be Stewie2K taking down Carrigan once again. That's towards middle, and he's looking for more here. There's considerable damage towards Nico, but there it is. The trade comes forth, and it will be an hour 4 versus 3. So one more player boosted up. This kill is very important indeed. Fer will come out on top, and now Olof Meister had a rough game before and is trying to bring this 4-2 back in their favor. Guardian cannot hit the shot.
Fallen, good play to Guardian. Still just holding backside of middle, waiting to see what is presented. A little bit slow to react. Fer gets the shot in. 3-1 for MiBR. That's going to shut down the money immediately from the FaZe clan. Now, I say that. There is still enough for Rain to purchase, as with Nico. And if they wanted to spread some of that wealth, there's armor available to Carrigan and Olof. So we'll see how that goes, Henry. We're just going to have to wait and see. Just like Stewie did. Wait and saw them come through the smoke in mid. Not too bad at all. That ain't too shabby, bruh.
Not too shabby at all. 4 spy though from FaZe. 2 AKs, 2 pistols. A UMP doesn't look too desirable. I was expecting more chaos in this particular matchup, considering the context of the standings so far. But so far, pretty standard stuff. 3-1, and this is going to be a very tricky round for FaZe. You have to rely on the superstars here. Nico and Rain do have the rifles, so they are in the right hands. They'll execute towards A, and Stewie gets taken down through the smoke by Fallen. All right, he'll make up for it and take down Guardian in the process. He'll Molotov towards the site, and that doesn't yield a frag, but certainly makes things uncomfortable as the plant comes in.
Good shots from Nico. Good hold, good patience for trying to find back over, or at least find a way back around those smokes, I should say. Waits for his teammate to cross. Nico fires behind Carrigan's back and takes down Fallen. He then waits to find Taruk, which is the equivalent of Tarek, only his evil cousin. That said, it's now 3-2. FaZe pull back 1.
What are your thoughts on the NIP Na'Vi game? Do you feel like that is going to play for fun in this particular round, considering they're both in the final?
There was a TK in that round, by the way, that we need to talk about. I think so. I just stuck my head in the NIP door. They're just across the hall from our backstage casting. So obviously the main casters are out in the auditorium, etc. We're back here. They're just across the hall. I went and I said, you realize like you're playing them, and the team wasn't there. This was just management. And I said, you realize like you're about to play Na'Vi only to turn around and play Na'Vi. And they were like, yeah, the boys were joking about that. They said they might just rush mid every round.
That's what I thought. Okay, so it's going to be one of those mad games. I'm going to get the score charts up just so we can keep track of what's going on the other streams as well. Always interesting to find out what's going on, of course. Let's have a look as this eco for MiBR should be ending up with FaZe victory. You can see they've just got a few deagles. Rain opens things up, no problem so far. Absolutely fine, and this still could be problematic if Fallen gets a headshot there, but it looks like Carrigan and Olof will go to town on the A side and tie things up.
Cold with the deagle in hand starts to swing around. Looking for shots, trying to get it, can't so far, but Guardian up and over the top will take him down. Actually, it was from range with the AWP. I was going to say, him jumping over the hood of a truck with an op, that's not likely. So 3-3. What do you got for me, Hank?
So far in the Na'Vi NIP game, it's going to be 4-1 in favor of NIP. There really is nothing to play for in that game. They're both in the grand final. I think whoever comes first gets a veto advantage.
Yes, that's all.
So that, for me, in the best of 3, that's not really that huge a deal. So still, it's something to play for, I guess. It's not a completely redundant game in that sense. So maybe that could be the edge. If you get to veto and ban a map first, you definitely don't want to play. But fingers for Na'Vi. They're going to be banning cash, whatever happens. So it's not like it's a massive asset for them, but still, we'll get back into this one, of course. 3-3. First half continues as Guardian goes to the wall banks here towards the forklift truck. No one there to receive.
And we'll treat this game, like you say, with the respect it deserves. It is 2 top teams playing, but as it is slightly less consequential, we'll loosen up as they do. So far, as you say, though, they've been pretty standard. They've actually been playing their game. They've been taking this quite seriously. Olof certainly is as he walks out from Highway. Cold gets him, excuse me, what am I saying? Stewie gets him back.
Yeah, the thing is, well, excuse me, MiBR.
There's no excuse for you, Henry.
MiBR don't want to finish the tournament with 0 maps won, right? That in itself, that'll be a historic record if they turn up and get 0 maps. If they get 1, there'll be less to talk about, right? There'll be at least there's that. FaZe, for them, unfortunately, it's not really going to be too consequential. It'll just be them looking to move themselves up slightly in the leaderboard, but ultimately can't do too much of this, as we'll see. Olof Meister picking off heads towards the truck there, and now Stewie Fighting back, can't really do too much. It's Rain closing things out, 4-3. Another buy available from MiBR at this point. Fallen brings out the AWP, as you said. They're still playing in a very correct manner. There's no rushes going on. There's no real weird anomalies in terms of the executions. It's all very standard, and there's a Krieg for Carrigan once again.
Yeah, it's the Krieg again, which is Krieg again, which is like Carrigan.
Krieg again.
Yeah, it's like, you get it.
Yeah.
Cold, good play, drops out of the vents, but wasn't quite prepared for no one to be on his right. He was expecting a sooner threat. Carrigan, that's not bad. Finds the first kill with it, scopes in, slides out, finds Fallen as well. So he is actually bringing the Krieg out in style, I have to say. Not too shabby. Fur wants the AWP. He's got that now. He already threw his gun behind him. It may be an option to try and save that at this point in time in a 2 versus 4 B site retake. Not the best place to go. Bless you. I can press the button if you ask.
That's a, yeah. The new system, you're in control of the buttons. What could possibly go wrong? How was your little rap god attempt? I saw that went
It was
down
not
well.
bad. The problem, I don't know what's going on with me in the last year. My short-term memory's so bad, so I totally forgot who played.
I saw they said, who was the next game?
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I totally know the context of it, but on the moment I was like, who played again? Like,
that's why I didn't want to do it. When I saw you were doing that, I took a sigh of relief. I was like, thank God, as my memory it sucks and that sort of stuff. I wouldn't be able to remember the details. That's why I choose to be a caster, because I can just break down the game as it happens. That's why analyst stuff isn't my favorite. But either way, 5-3, quite a simple procedure there for FaZe as they take a 5-3 lead. And now it's weapon save for MiBR. They can buy up into this one still, but it won't be fantastic. All of my his shot was, though. Takes down the first. Carrigan spraying down with the Krieg. And you can see that's a perfect little angle for it. Nice and precise. Zoomed in. One of the few pros actively using it, and why not? It's still a very powerful weapon, and statistically better than the AK. He's got to get used to it. Obviously has the scope as well, that's not bad, but it will be the UMP for coldzera. You can see all 5 players still struggle a little bit for utility, but they're fine overall, as Fallen has the AWP, currently sat on 6 kills. Tarek 1 and 6 for the other end of the spectrum. And now a very slow default here from FaZe, not giving anything away. Bit of a stalemate here. Nico working towards the door. Rain will be at A main. Just dropping some smokes to show presences. If they can bait out a bit of a reaction here from the CTs. Nico now smoke towards the quad side. Molotov at forklift. Just trying to eradicate risk at this point as he makes his way out.
So for the fence, Stewie with very, very little to work with in terms of HP. He's got a Molotov, or an incendiary, I should say, and a flash. He'll throw the incendiary now. He's going to try and buy him some space to get to forklift lane. He wants to swing! Never mind, swinging 6 HP! Stewie gets 3 as he walks back through the smoke. And this time it's for MiBR, not Cloud9.
That's true. It's going to be coldzera looking to close things out. It's a 3 versus 1. Stewie saves the day. coldzera and the UMP brings them right back in contention here. Double orb setup picked up. And it will be Fallen and coldzera to wield those weapons. Lovely work from Stu. He actually has looked pretty decent in this tournament. The games I did catch, you could see him finding high impact, especially against Na'Vi as well. Instrumental in that comeback. Doesn't really mean much, unfortunately, if they don't close out the map in the best of 1. But still fighting tooth and nail here. There's UMP action from coldzera. Final kill. Pretty simple procedure for him. Close as you like, though. 5-4. It's the young Stu. And now aggressive play from Fur. Looks towards the middle position here. He's got to spot 1. Not the cleanest of kills, but he gets it. Luckily, Carrigan can't find all the damage required, but Rain certainly can. Falling down from the boost. Guardian joins in as well. And at this point, Fallen with the blind shot will actually give them the lead. That double orb setup paying dividends to this stage. Smoke down, trying to reposition back towards a connector, or even challenge for a few more kills.
Fallen is going to challenge the smoke. Slides away, but there's Olaf Meister. The Meister of all that is aloof. Who gets the kill? He'll work with the AK back up toward the highway. And keep in mind, Cold is attempting to try and take that back from him, but misses the shot, and that easily allows the AK to dispose of his rather vulnerable body. Tarek with an M4 is all that remains for MiBR. Bomb will be planted in the hands of Guardian, wide as he can. He's an opper. He would like that to be as open as to A-main as possible, as he very frequently plays that position. This time he's actually going to stay a little more inside of the site. Tarek. Molotov in the corner, won't allow much. Does he bother Henry? That's the question. Has a kit, has actually an incendiary of his own, 2 flashes, so he might as well give it a go.
Might as well. See where Rick can get anything done here. It's the incendiary, which will be key, but doesn't even get into the position to throw it. Guardian will beat him to the punch and take him down from quad. Back and forth, at least. That will be $2,000 on average per player here. Tarek with a bit more, 4,000, but still not enough to even justify a partial here. They're going to have to take it easy. Tarek actually invests fully. He gets an M4 and armor. Surely his teammates have to join him now. He's made that call for them, essentially. And there he is at the end of the road. Oh, that's not a face of confidence.
Yeah, things aren't going as well as they would have liked in this event.
Yeah, I might have to forget about this one. Move on. Only a few more tournaments left here in 2018. Guardian will find the first frag. Tarek tried to get boosted up. That's the one rifle taken away. Luckily, it didn't fall on this side of the map, so Fur can pick it up.
Waits Cubby. That's a problem, though, because when he wants to go back, that's exactly well designed. When they throw the incendiary or Molotov inside of the position he was trying to frequent and then gets forced back out, he goes right into the clutches of Guardian's talons. Toward the vents as well. Kerrigan's still holding onto that Krieg.
Indeed. 5 on 3. Next kill will confirm the round pretty much. Stewie will be flashing. Remember, this was the force buy. Not a bad shot with the MP9 at that range, especially. That's all Stu taking down Kerrigan. Will it help them in this round? I'm not so sure. He'll have to rotate for useless, and Guardian actually misses the shot there. Tags him, though, to 8 HP. The round looks confirmed, so I think we can have a look at the other streams at this point. Cloud9 3, Astralis 5 on Inferno, and in the other game, it's going to be Natus Vincere 3, NIP 5. So it's all very close across the board here. No landslide victories so far on the other streams, and same story here. And will be another round on the board for FaZe. It's going to go 7-4. Stewie will find one kill with the Krieg, taken out of the hands of Kerrigan. It's a nice little skin as well. Looks quite cool.
It is very cool. It's based on the Martini livery.
Oh, really?
Porsche, famously, and now Williams in Formula 1.
That's pretty cool. Oh,
at least I assume it's influenced by that.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
Like the classic kind of like, is it like a 70s sort of racing sort of style?
Yeah, definitely in the 70s it was prominent, but I want to say it even started late 60s. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you're right. I can see the old footage now.
Like there was a famous Porsche 964 that ran that livery for a long time.
Yeah. But there we go. Guardian opening things up with the CZ of all weapons. Got the AWP on his back. And you get, like he said, Molotov was perfect. The system works. That's a force buy from... Are they force buying again? Let me just get back on the server. It looks like they potentially have. I think they've just saved the M4 from the previous round, but still, it will be...
They're trying to utilize it, but they have around that, though. Obviously, Stewie running that MP9, but he gets taken down by Rain, so it's 2 kills already. Cold still has 100 HP on that M4, and the fact of the matter is he's rotating back from A, if I'm not mistaken. So that would mean, yeah, he is. So he can actually still save this if things go south or pear-shaped, as they have already. Fallen gets through the vents, realizes the route toward Toxic. That's a lovely shot from a USP. Stewie softened it up. Kerrigan goes down. Olaf's not better off. He's only with 5. He's got to be careful in this, and this could turn very quickly. Cold realizes they're coming back his direction. He's already got position. He's already got an angle. Unfortunately, only good for 1. Nico getting that kill should confirm the round as they try and push out to get Olaf and the weapons that were left. Olaf was wise enough to realize those weapons were likely where they intended to go, and that certainly diminishes the chance for a retake having gotten the kill. Fur now picks up his teammates and Cold's M4, but still nothing he can do with it.
So no force buy there, leaving themselves about 2k. They have the saved M4. CZs didn't really get much done. FaZe looking very comfortable here on the T side of Cash. They lost a pistol. They're a 3-1 down. So MiBR have only won a single round since then. It's 8-4. And going down in this tournament, 0-5, that would be pretty devastating. And maybe ask some questions with the team. They do have IEM Chicago coming up after this, so a chance to bounce back. It's a weird format for a tournament, lots of best of ones, and you can get caught up on an off day. If you lose a couple of maps, that can be devastating for the tournament, and you don't have a chance to recalibrate, lose the points early on. Can all fall apart as a team damage each other there, I believe, in the B storage area. Flashbang through the smoke coming in. Here's 5 players towards B, and they're going to try and open things up. Tarek to lock it down, but it's only Cold Zero that's finding kills. That's not quite enough, though. It's going to be a 3-on-3. Molotov's down, smoke and spawn. Plant will be there, so still a fighting chance here for MiBR, but it's still a very difficult situation for them.
Fallen pushes back in. Nico already disposing of him. The flash was kind of a problem. Came in a little late.
He didn't really have much of a choice there. Right? Normally, you'd have to wait for your teammates and think, right, we're going to go in together. They haven't got any kits. They haven't got any utility. It's a 3-on-3. The bomb's already down. He had to try and do something there. So fair play didn't work out, and he'll be dropped as well. The morale's got to be super low in the MiBR camp, but Stewie still fighting back. This could be something. He's got this. Oh, no! Guardian, so good at close range, hits the most important shot of the round.
And you can see what he attempted to do. He jumped to hit the wood, made the wooden step, and then jumped back toward the door thinking he's going to think I'm already up toward the bomb and wide peek, but he just didn't have the gun out in time.
Another eco on the cards here. Great effort by Stu, but unless you win in the round, when you're 9-4 down, doesn't really mean too much. They got plenty of cash.
It almost worked. Guardian was actually starting to go toward the bomb with that peek. He's just too damn quick.
Deagles, CZs, and some nades. MiBR want to forget this tournament very quickly. Move on, pick themselves up, dust themselves off, because this could be the 0-5.
That's rough. Chicago next week.
Yeah, a chance of redemption there for sure. They can bounce back there. It's a rough kind of year for FaZe as well. They did win Epicenter, but overall, the landscape of their year has been rough. They've had roster problems and mercenaries, drop of form, question mark around Carrigan, but it looks like there might be another chance here for MiBR. The flames spill over the bomb site, and Stewie has been looking decent here. Can he find anything more? Doesn't look like it. Carrigan lights him up with the Krieg. 3 kills for him, impressive, as Tarek is left in an impossible situation. Nico will get the final frag and confirm the on-fire status of FaZe here. 5 in a row for them.
5 in a row indeed, and leaving MiBR on the CT side with only 4 rounds to their name. Coming into halftime, we'll give you an update on the status of the other games, but for now, we continue on with Krieg highlights from Kerrigan. That's another angle that it'd be really, I mean, obviously there it was, but is another angle that could certainly be used to its potential. That truck can be super hard. I find I always, sometimes based on color settings or graphic settings, it's sometimes difficult to see the head sticking over top of the hood.
Sure.
If you're looking there, it's easy to spot. If you're not, it doesn't really catch your peripheral. Fallen will take down Rain and follows it up with a leg shot onto Guardian that he's well aware he achieved. So tries to go to the pistol. 3 HP for Guardian. Fallen doesn't get greedy, doesn't hone in on it, and realizes fair play. He's weakened up. Let's go elsewhere. Keep that op dynamic because he has to. They've lost 2 teammates, and he needs to be able to support on the A site. There's bigger things at hand. Good play from Fur finding Nico. Well, Guardian still going back over toward B.
We'll see what they can do. They need this last round, even stand a chance on cash. 11-4 seems like a bit of a death sentence considering the form we've seen from MiBR so far. Tarek has the secondary AWP, and the flames landed his feet. He'll have to reposition at this point, but there's Fallen. Taking down Guardian, but this shot has to connect for Tarek. Doesn't work out as Carrigan. Oh no, they're both at the vents. This is a nightmare. CTs, luckily, will have a chance to get out. They could have been locked in. Bomb will be planted, not in the default spot, just safely behind the bomb site itself. They knew there was presence towards that vent position. Now Fallen won't have a kit with Fur. And Carrigan looks absolutely deadly with his Krieg right now. There it is, hits the shot that really matters and then follows it up. You can't move at the final kill, just so you know. He could have got out of those flames, but he'll burn. And that is a landslide. It was 3-1 in favor of MiBR. They get a single gun round after that. It really has been a collapse.
No, and you're right. They took this game. It looked like they were playing it seriously, and yes, morale's going to be low. It could be one of those things, just pack it up and move on and get it over with, but this isn't ideal, right? This is not at all where anyone
You have to remember,
to
coming to this one, it's difficult. We discussed this in the green room. Having that killer instinct in these sort of games, knowing that you're already out of the tournament, you're not even in contention for the 3rd, 4th, and you're just having to play. It's not an ideal situation. It's difficult to really rally everyone up and get them in the fighting spirit. And maintain a level of performance that's required in this sort of tournament, as Guardian will spot 5 players now towards the B side of the map. He rips off the head of Fur, and it looks like he'll do more damage here. Rain's in perfect position to start mowing them down. They're killing each other, MiBR. Got to be careful here, boys, and they don't even know Rain's in towards Checkers. This could be an absolute nightmare. Rain will get 2 kills, and it's left to Stewie in towards CT spawn. That couldn't have gone worse for them.
So Astralis battering Cloud9 at 9-3. 7-6 Na'Vi over Nip. That determines who gets the veto advantage going into the final. The best of 3 that comes up after this, as Nico closes out on Stewie 2K in favor of FaZe. Cloud9 would then fall out of contention for 3rd spot. That would give Astralis the standoff, and in doing so, give them a little bit of fun before or in front of their crowd before the grand final. Bit of a mistake on that headshot, wasn't it? That's not the right target. 12-4. This one's looking to be relatively quick. No purchasing at all on the MiBR side, so we'll get to see that strategy implemented, where in which the T's elect no money spent and use that now what will be a 3rd round bonus based on the new meta. Potentially, if they can get a bomb plant as well, to really buy up all they need in the next round. Good trade. Tarek's able to cut shot all off. Nico tries to go forward, knows that he's got to go for a 180 spray transfer, nearly does as well. That's not easy when some of these guys run such low sensitivities. Cold. Really gets Kerrigan. It's actually going to be Tarek instead with the kill, but now Tarek left alone has Rain to shut him down. That's still no investment from MiBR, and 3 players that have to reinvest on the CT side. Look at Nico, only $3,600 to do so. So this, that doesn't make sense. Oh, he had the M4 thrown to him. I was going to say, he spent $2,700, but yeah. Either way, it's a problem. The CTs can be broken so quickly.
12-4. Last few rounds now from MiBR to start getting into this game. Astralis hit double digits against Cloud9, 10-3 in their favor. Tarek just looks so out of this one, and understandably so. I can't imagine what my mental state would be. If you've got a passion to win, you've been practicing for months, and it goes like this, it's difficult to keep your head in the game. But there it is. A couple of kills for MiBR here, but Nico's still alive and kicking on the A side. Looking towards the door. It does get open, but no one there to receive the bullets. He's firing in that direction. We'll see if this is the one where MiBR can get back into the game. They have the advantage still. Waiting for reactions here. Who's going to make a mistake? Who will give him a chance to rip off ahead with that AK? All quiet so far. Confirms the mid control. Nice smoke towards connector, but it's a little bit too late. Guardian's already ready in position. No, surely. I thought that was going to connect as he tries the wall bang and brings it back.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Rain back of the site, ready for Tarek to arrive. Does so and takes the bomb down. The incendiary that'll block off the access point. Meanwhile, back in middle, good time to switch over and come back as Nico one against Fur, but it's still cold 0 with bomb down. That is now aware mid is a problem. Good vent bait. He reads the fact that it could be a signaling of access from Guardian. Good win against that as well. He still thinks they're in vent. Checks it, confirms they're not, goes for the bomb. He can now plant this. He's got lots of time to do so. Goes safely behind the crates. Not a big deal. He's the only one left, so he'll position himself on the platform. It's not like he needs to plant for a teammate who has better post-plant positioning. One-on-one. 87 HP for Nico, and Cole didn't expect him to show up from Checker. Thought maybe he'd gone back around through Z. AWP grabbed. FaZe Clan find 14, just 2 to go. And that will be round 5 for this, or at least these 2 teams done. For us, Henry, done.
Oh. Well, another 1 versus 1 situation. Slips by the wayside. Cold Zera can't find the all-important frag. And with the bomb down, there'll still be a chance to buy here. But overall, this feels like it might be done. And MiBR could go 0-5. It's difficult to maintain that mental fortitude. You can see Yanko in the back is looking so dejected at this point. It's a rough ride, Matt. The good thing about being a caster and analyst, you don't have to feel loss. You don't have that feeling in your stomach. So, you know, that's one reason I probably could never do that role. Just the feeling of defeat is one that's very difficult to handle. Kerrigan will get the first, but Fur answers back quickly. 4-on-4, looking for match point here.
Match point. I would talk about how getting match point, no overtimes, it's a point in the round robin, etc.
Sure.
Doesn't really matter at this point for either of these 2 teams. Stewie will take out Olaf. Nico does immediately trade it though, and gets aggressive toward Squeaky, not a bad ambition or intent, but couldn't pull off the shot. Fallen is able, therefore, to do so. And that's an op available for Fallen, should he elect to pick it up in the post-plant, or at least after the round, because he wants to hold the AK behind Quad.
Well, here comes the retake attempt. Might as well go for it. There is cash available for them, looking to find that match point. Oh, the incendiary's just spot on. Fallen's going to have to peek at this point. He'll go down, leaving Rain up against 2. Oh, the Molotov will confirm the round pretty much. He's just going to try and take as many of these down as he can. Looking for that quick kill towards A main. Not going to find it. Looks ashore and take him down. Finally, around in the second half for MiBR, but only one player survives here. Like we said, money should be okay for FaZe. Actually, no, you can see it's actually falling apart. They're going to buy into it anyway. They would have been double eco. So this one continues a little bit further. MP9s, CZs, and Deagles, as MiBR should have a clean run in this round, but you never know. FaZe with little can mean a lot sometimes.
We'll see if they can recover it. MiBR breaking them relatively quickly, and easily, all things considered, in the half. They'll try to use Tarek up above on the boost to get some kills. That's not ideal, Tarek. Full 30 spray. That kind of says, okay, fair enough, he makes up for it on Rain. Kind of speaks volumes about the mentality of this game. Normally you'd slow that down, try and hit the headshot. He just commits to it. So Fallen at mid with the Galil. He's got a great shot with the Galil when you consider headshots and first few bullets normally not that effective on that weapon. It's not something we credit it with. Stewie's got one as well. The Eagle. And a CZ only, so not like they're going to be defending much, although I say that. Nolof's got position where he could utilize headshots. Did he see through the gap? Oh, he didn't. Okay. So back to Z connector. And that's exactly when they cross, when in which he could have enabled that truck as armor, if you will. Playing behind it, would absorb the bullets. So less of a target to fire at.
Yeah. Tarek just types in chat, he's using the Nico crosshair right now. And he said, I can't kill anyone with this thing. How are you doing it? And he goes, well, first of all, don't spray. You can only go for one tap. So he goes, that might be the problem.
Yeah, because like that spray was ridiculous on top of HUD.
But there you go. Tarek is 6 and 17, so not having the best of times. And I guess he's having some fun experimenting with his settings and seeing if he can have one of those games and revitalize his form. But it's not really happening for him. But this round is happening for MiBR, 14-5 down. That was a force buy, remember, from FaZe. So they will get another one on the board after this. Presumably, it has to be the full eco after this. 6th round on the board.
I just want to clarify, everyone who says in Twitch chat to show the game chat, you can't. Unfortunately.
Well, I've just read it out for you. So.
Yeah, exactly. We'll give you insights where they're innocent, but there are often times where they're discussing things with admins. You can't show that. The teams are entitled to the privacy in that regard because there is some sensitive, sometimes, information in those positions.
90% of the time, it's either nice shot or TeamSpeak issue.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty much it.
Admin.
Yeah.
Usually with 2 N's for some reason.
And they're chatting a bit more with this one because it's not too much on the line, right? So
it's similar to when the team comms were available, but then all the teams said like, well, hang on, like it's
a bit much.
First and foremost, you can reveal strategy, which we don't want to do. And secondly, like, you're walking a fine line of someone just going off on a friggin' tangent, raging and saying something.
Well, you're a big fan of F1. We get to listen to all the cockpits there and the crews. What do you think about that?
They monitor it, though, with a 10-second delay, and you only hear parts of it.
Only anything bad that comes through on inappropriate stuff, they can get rid of it, right?
They can get rid of it, or they can censor it. They'll put a beep over it, and they also don't get into the intricacies of too much strategy. They might talk about, like, okay, we need to push now because so-and-so put it, like the obvious stuff for contextual purposes, but they won't get into, like, yeah, this tire's doing this on this car, so we have to, like, change the roll bar by the, like, they won't talk to any of that.
Yeah. I guess there's the issue as well with that sort of setup as well. You can, like, when it's live, even with 10 seconds delay, like there could be someone listening and providing information.
They do that. Teams have that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They have guys that will monitor other teams' radios, definitely. And even at my local track, there's another team that runs a scanner, and they'll listen to radio feedback.
That's so
So if I'm talking about, like, oh, we need to, like, if in the 1 hour race we have a mandatory pit stop, I'll be like, okay, we're going to pit the next 3. The other team will be like, yeah, they're coming in.
That's
like,
so funny.
Oh, well, cool. They know that.
Well,
let's get some code words in there.
2-on-2, and the retake begins. Looking for the 50 15th round. Remember, this was pretty much an eco for FaZe giving into a 1 AK and pistols as they actually have a chance of this one. Maybe not anymore. Good positioning by Fur will find what looks to be a very successful situation. There's the taps from Nico. So now he knows exactly where the final player is. Has not got the kit, needs to find the kill, and that's why Tarek is trying to stay alive as long as possible, dance around the bomb site here. He knows it's likely to be a 10-second defuse, and that's exactly what Nico's going for right now. Does Tarek take the bait? No, not quite. It will be fine. He'll manage to win the round, a sigh of relief on his face. And there should be money available once again for FaZe at this point. 14-7. MiBR just trying to make the scoreline competitive at this point. Can't really get excited about a comeback until he gets like 14-10 perhaps.
Well, and interestingly, this is like the same position MiBR was just in against Navi, where they were like, all right, boys, let's turn it on late. Came up a little shy. That game, if MiBR was able to win that, would have changed everything for this round, for round 5. It would have left us with an availability of Astralis or Cloud9 still qualifying. As it is now, our finals are set. This game's not fallen. He's got an AWP. He'll try and... Well, he considers everything. Even looks for the Skylight boost. We haven't seen that as much. Kind of gone out of fashion, but he'll try and use that to open up the B side of the map. He's got 2 teammates there with him to support, and if he finds a pick, they'll act quickly. Bomb still waits inside of middle, and the standard lurk toward the squeaky door is in effect. We're still waiting as well to see if there'll be a push through. Well, Stewie does the work at the door. The scores on the door. What does that even mean?
I don't really know, but
you say it all the time.
It's like a catchphrase from a British game show that everyone says now, and I don't really know. I don't think it makes much sense, but it just rhymes.
Nice, yeah. So that's all that matters in life.
Pretty much.
Kerrigan again using the upgraded rifle, I guess we can call it that. This time the AUG didn't react to the fact that Fur went by that amplified crosshair. And fallen on 7. Still has the ops, still trying to find an opening, but it's Nico back in mid 12 HP. Already found 1 kill pushing through the door. Tries to weaken them up. He's do a good amount of damage onto Cold. It means Olaf's got a better chance. He's blind, but when his vision comes back, no one even checked it. They were all looking at Truck. They had a good 3-second window. They could have looked both ways, and that's going to give Olaf a chance to close it out completely. Fallen on 7, now knows he's got problems. Surrounded and peeked from behind. Guardian finds the kill.
That's going to be match point. So if you are just joining us and thinking this is a super hype game, we've got FaZe versus MiBR, it's got to mean a lot. Unfortunately, it doesn't really. Neither of these teams can make it to the grand final. We already have our finalists confirmed. That's Na'Vi and NIP. At this point, it's just for pride. Neither of these teams are really in contention for the 3rd, 4th spot. And at this stage, it's FaZe who are looking likely to close it out. MiBR are just pistols here. We have got, in the other games, we'll have a quick look at those. It's actually a 12-6 in favor of Astralis. They're looking to get in that 3rd spot. NIP 9, Na'Vi 8. That one really does not mean much at all. They are both the finalists. I don't think that's ever going to happen again. It's so weird, a little bit unfortunate it's gone down like that. But still, his Stewie and Co trying to get the bomb down. Won't be successful initially, but they have got a trade kill. Olaf, he can see the CZ sticking out, and he's looking to finish this game off. He still has vision of the bomb, of course, looking to find the shot. Olaf Meister will confirm the victory by the looks of things. It will be Tarek to go down. Ladies and gentlemen, we do find MiBR going 0-5 in this tournament. FaZe find a little bit of pride at the end, but the
fact that Tarek